Hey guys, Jeff here from Films at Home. Thank you for coming back to the channel. In today's video, I've got a home theater review to do for you. So, as you may or may not know, over the last couple of months, I've been having some issues with my current audio receiver. Wasn't getting as much output as I wanted. It wasn't handling Atmos stuff as well as it probably could. And the 4K pass-through was having some issues. I don't know, it was an older receiver. I shouldn't say older. It's a couple years old, and I think some of the technology was just catching up to it. And so it still works fine, but I was being picky. And so I reached out to a few people, and the good folks over at Denon actually got back to me, said they were interested in me kind of demoing out one of their audio receivers. And so they sent me out a brand new receiver, 4K capable, Dolby Atmos, the works. Really looks nice. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to unbox it, show you what that's all about, walk through some of the specs, and then I'll hook it up and I'll give you a quick little review of it. Of course, it'll be hard to do a demo because of YouTube's copyright with sound and all the issues that come with playing any sort of sound from a movie. You're gonna get a copyright strike right away. I'm not trying to do that to the channel, so I'll just have to give you a review. You'll have to take my word for it a little bit, but it's exciting to have this new piece of technology. I'm excited to break into it and show you guys what it's all about. All right, guys, so here she is, the AVR-X2600H Denon receiver. Gonna pop this open really quickly. So, congratulations. Now it's time to experience quality sound. I'm excited. All right, we got a remote here. Another remote to add to the collection. That's always fun. Here's the batteries for that. Looks like we've got some Bluetooth connections. That would be kind of strange. But that may be what this is. Oh, this is the antenna. Okay, so the antenna there, instructions, wow, not sure what these are. Some sort of microphone setup that you can attach, that's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, microphone for sound calibration. That makes sense. You set this up and it kind of gives you feedback, tells you where to set up some of your speakers, how to set some of the levels. So that's good to have. And now let's break into the receiver itself. Looks to be about the same size as the one that I had previously, maybe even a little bit bigger. And here we go. We've got the new Denon AVR-2600H. Pretty cool. You've got all the stuff up here, Dolby Atmos, DTS:X. Comes with a 3-year warranty. On the top of the case, that might be hard to see, but you can also see it's got Dolby Atmos, HDMI rated, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, the works. Yeah, nice little knobs here, good display screen. I'm really excited. I mean, it looks like an audio receiver, right? Like there's not much to it, but I'm most excited about the performance. But it's pretty quality. It looks nice. Has a 3-year warranty. Has 8 HDMI inputs, and it's rated for a 7.2 system, which is what I have. It's also important, it's 4K 60p rated, HDR10, and it also is Dolby Vision compatible, so that's really cool. That's a big deal. Obviously, you're going to want that. And then it can run Spotify and anything else like that. Flip this guy around now. Wow, it's kind of heavy. And you can see all the connections in the back. Like I said, the 8 HDMI, so that's really cool. Here's your 4K HDCP. That's where you're going to want to put your 4K connection. Oh, actually, these are all rated for 4K HDCP 2.3. So that's good. My last receiver only had one port that was rated for it. Looks like all 8 of these are. You get your HDMI out. You've got optical cables, which I won't be using. And then all your speaker setups are down here. You can see front, left, front, right, center, surround right, surround left, surround back, right. Those are going to be your heights, basically. So that's kind of cool. Those are going to be your additional surround sound speakers, which is your Atmos. Those are my elevation speakers. And then it's got all the other connections that you'd ever need. All right, guys, so I got it all hooked up. Right now, I obviously don't have anything on the screen. I don't have the projector screen down, so it is just going to say stereo. but I am going to keep it on the Blu-ray input. And I was playing a Blu-ray last night on it, testing it out. The stereo will change depending on what you've got. It'll show Dolby Atmos logos, it'll show DTS:X, whatever you've got to do. And I did confirm with my projector that this will pass through 4K HDR10 with no problem. It was good to see the HDR pass-through worked very easily. This took me, like, no joke. This is the old receiver here. This guy took me maybe 15 minutes to set up. Really just take the speaker wire out the back of this guy, put them into here. Just match up the connections, ran some tests, did some calibration, and then I was off to watch a movie. So super easy setup, which I'm thankful for. Obviously, I have 7 speakers and a subwoofer. I didn't want this to take too long. And I also did confirm during setup, although it does say 7.2 channel here, if you do plug your height speakers for Atmos into the surround rears, then when you go through setup, you can tell them, the setup guide will ask you, are you doing a 7.1, 7.2, or do you have height speakers? You simply select height speakers for Atmos. It asks you, are these the 2 height speakers? Plays a little test sound, and then you're off to the races. So super easy, super simple to set up, different calibrations, different setups depending on what you have for speakers, and I'm really happy with this so far. So now I'm going to pull out 10 Cloverfield Lane. This is a Dolby Atmos capable movie. So I'm going to pop that in the Xbox One, and you'll see once we get into the movie down here that the screen on the receiver actually will start to change, and as the movie starts it will display Dolby Atmos, which I'll show you here in a second. And now you can see the movie has started up, and you get the Dolby Atmos logo. Boom, boom, Atmos Blu-ray. Just looks really cool, to be honest. Rather than saying 5.1 or DTS HD or whatever, like getting the Atmos with the little Dolby logo looks pretty legit in your home theater, so I'm excited about it. But just, goes to show how easy it is. The Atmos, I just popped in a 4K movie with Dolby Atmos. The receiver picked that right up, no problem. And I did do some demos on this, and it works great, even with the 5.1.2 configuration, which is a little different than the 7.2 that this is probably default to. It had no problem picking up an Atmos capable system and having that work fine. So with this receiver, there's actually a couple options. You could go with the Denon 2600H, which is what I have here. There's also a 1600H, which is sort of the downgraded model of this. It's about $200 cheaper, but with this receiver, you are going to get a lot more power. So it has more power here, just more wattage. Also has more HDMI outputs. It has 8 versus 6. Both of them can handle HDR10, 4K, Dolby Vision content. Both of them are Dolby Atmos capable. This one just has a little bit more for input and power options. So overall, I've been really, really happy with this receiver so far. Yes, I'm sitting on the floor because I'm still messing around with connections and stuff. But just wanted to get this video out. Took me a couple days of testing, just to calibrate, get it where I wanted to be. You'll notice different shirts, different hair, different everything in each video. That's because I took my time kind of doing the review. It was shot over a couple of days, but I'm pretty comfortable with where it is right now. I was really happy with the initial setup. I thought that was super easy, super simple. It went to Dolby Atmos with absolutely no trouble at all, no special wiring. The Odyssey, which is Denon's kind of guide walkthrough software, is really cool. The sound tests were also great. You set up a microphone in different areas of your seating arrangement. So there'd be one in the middle, one left, one right, one back, just around where you're going to be seated. And the microphone picks up the test signals that the speakers are outputting through the receiver, and it kind of calibrates your your sound system based on your room acoustics and placement, and lots of cool stuff. Kind of this just interactive, easy calibration, especially if you don't have a lot of experience with calibrating audio stuff, which is definitely me. That was super helpful. Super easy to use. Remote was easy. All the menus are very simple. I mean, like I said, I got this thing up and running in 15 minutes tops. You know, maybe an hour total is what it took for me to unhook the other receiver, redo the connections here. But if you have all the connections ready, like I just had to plug in a couple HDMIs, which were already run to the source, and plug in the speaker wire and a subwoofer cord, and I was off to the races. So pretty simple setup. Like, that's really nice. I really like that, because I know with past receivers, I've had to go through all sorts of stuff to you know, get it to work with my height speakers, and you got to go deep into the settings and try to figure out how to change it. And this Denon one here just kind of figured it out. It said, hey, you've got 7 speakers plugged in. Are they rear surround or are they heights for Atmos? Oh, they're heights for Atmos. Here you go. Simple setup, super easy. So some of the other stuff that I thought was really nice, the 8 HDMI inputs is awesome. For me, obviously, I've got a TV, I've got a projector. You know, those are my only real sources. The projector plugs right into the receiver, the TV plugs into the receiver, and then the audio out just flows in through the Xbox, PlayStation, whatever you're doing. You just take the HDMI, plug it into a component, it'll just pass the audio, and then the video is handled by, obviously, the TV. Or the projector. So that was easiest setup. That took no time at all, and things really sounded great. I did some testing with 10 Cloverfield Lane, which is kind of a nice movie to test on because there's action scenes at the end. There's some dialogue driven stuff in the middle. You get a lot of different variants. I also tried it out with a couple of war movies. I put in what's it called? Saving Private Ryan 4K, tried that. I put in Hacksaw Ridge 4K, which is one of my favorites. Those performed really well. The heights were great. The Atmos really popped. I can't remember if they both had Atmos, but one of the two did, and it was awesome. I think it was Saving Private Ryan has the Atmos track. Really good. But 10 Cloverfield Lane was really my test piece because it had Atmos, and it was just an easy title to pop in off my shelf. And you know, that movie doesn't have a whole lot going on, but I could already hear the difference in the power from this receiver compared to my last one. There's a little bit more oomph. The subwoofer is a little stronger. You know, I don't know if that's all the receiver or, you know, maybe some of the technology that's inside. Maybe it's some of my calibration and how easy they made that. I'm not sure, but I recommend this Denon AVR-2600H. It's really solid and it's super easy, especially if you don't really know what you're doing. That's nice. For us who aren't like, you know, the guys who watch this channel, some of you might be home theater fanatics. You know, I'm kind of a home theater fanatic, but I'm a wannabe home theater fanatic. So, I care more about the movies, but I care about it being a great experience. But I want the AV setup to be easy, and thankfully with this one it was. So even if you're not an AV, you know, geek and you have a hard time with some of this stuff, Denon walks you through it with their guide, and it is really simple. Some of the other stuff I should mention that this, I keep saying projector, this receiver has, it is compatible with Amazon Alexa, compatible with Google Assistant, compatible with Siri, compatible with AirPlay, Spotify. So if you're looking for something that's more than just, you know, powering your home theater, this is a really good choice. Like I said, 8 HDMI outputs, 2 HDMI inputs, and so you can connect all sorts of devices. You can stream your music. It's got the newest Bluetooth codecs. It's Wi-Fi capable. Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Apple Music, Sirius XM, whatever you want to do, you can do on this. Also has an AM/FM antenna as well. So, you know, if you want this to be an all-in-one sort of audio media powerhouse device, you can definitely do that with this receiver, which is really cool. You know, I may be sitting up here one day editing a video and maybe I'll throw on Spotify. I couldn't do that before with my other projector. This newer technology is great. Bluetooth from my phone, bang, I'm playing Spotify. I'm up here just, you know, hanging out in the room. Don't always have to be watching a movie. Maybe you can listen to music. So that was really cool as well. That's it for this one, guys. Just a quick unboxing review of the Denon AVR-2600H receiver. Really good job by Denon. I give them props, and not just because they sent it to me, honestly, because I had my picking. I had a choice of what I wanted to go with. I thought this one looked the best out of all the different choices, gave it a shot, and I'm really excited I did because I think it has all the capabilities that I need, as well as some of the cool new features which I didn't have. Just a quick review, like I said, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel, like, comment on the video, share this video. Also remember to follow me on Instagram. You can find those links down in the description. If you are interested in this receiver, I'm going to put links down in the description. If you do purchase it through Amazon, a little bit of money gets kicked back to me. If you're interested in purchasing home theater seats, shelving, projector, whatever you want, my projector screen, I have links for all that as well. If you go through any of those links, or the 4K and Blu-ray movie deals link and purchase something, it helps support my channel, so I appreciate it. You can also straight donate to me through PayPal. But honestly, I just appreciate all the support. Keep subscribing, keep coming back, watching these videos, and I'll keep pumping stuff out for you guys.